Today we're going to talk about a hidden danger for solar panel owners that, honestly, most people never see coming. And it's not about heat or big storms. It's about something as simple as a drop in temperature. So let's dive into why winter can be surprisingly risky for your whole solar setup.
It sounds totally backward, doesn't it? I mean, we always think of solar power in bright, hot, sunny days. But the real hidden threat to your system isn't actually the summer heat. It's that sudden winter cold snap. A freezing cold morning can, without you even realizing it, push your system's voltage way beyond its safe limits.
So how in the world can cold weather create more voltage? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but it all comes down to the basic physics of how solar cells work. Let's break down the science behind this.
Okay, so here's the key term. Voltage temperature coefficient. I know, it's a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually super simple. It just means that every solar panel has this built-in, predictable relationship between its temperature and the voltage it can kick out.
And this chart here makes it super clear. It's an inverse thing. As the temperature goes down, the panel's potential voltage goes up. For most panels you'd find out there, the voltage, what we call the VOC, goes up by about 0.3 to 0.5% for every single degree Celsius the temperature drops below 25 degrees.
So, to make this real, let's just picture a totally standard solar panel. Under normal lab conditions, around room temperature, it has a max voltage of 40 volts. That's our starting point.
Now, take that exact same panel and stick it outside on a freezing morning. That huge drop in temperature makes the voltage climb. So our 40-volt panel, it could easily spike to over 45 volts before the sun even gets a chance to warm it up. And look, I know what you're thinking. 5 volts. What's the big deal? Well, that's where the real danger starts to creep in, because it multiplies fast.
You see, a tiny voltage spike in just one panel might not seem like a huge problem. But the real danger shows up when you look at how most solar arrays are actually wired together. This is where a small increase becomes a massive threat.
So when you wire panels in series, connecting the positive of one to the negative of the next, their voltages literally stack on top of each other. They just add up. It's like stacking batteries. And it's a really common way to build an array to get the higher voltage needed for a lot of charge controllers.
And wow, just look at how quickly this gets out of hand. That one panel spiking to 45 volts is our start. But then you add a second one in series and bam, you're at 90 volts. Add a third, you've just jumped all the way to 135 volts. You can see how this escalates like crazy.
Okay, so here's where the rubber meets the road. Let's say your charge controller, which is pretty much the brain of your whole system, has a maximum voltage limit of 100 volts. Well, that 3-panel string, which was perfectly fine all summer, is now pumping out 135 volts on a cold morning. You are now way, way over your equipment's safety limit.
And the fallout from this? It's not pretty. You're not just looking at a fried charge controller, which is expensive enough. This kind of overvoltage can wreck any other electronics hooked up to it. And yes, it can be a very real fire hazard. Not only that, but extreme cold can make your wire insulation brittle, making it crack, and that can lead to dangerous electrical arcing.
All right, so that's the scary part. It's a serious issue, but the good news is it's totally preventable. So now let's go through a really clear step-by-step safety checklist to get your system protected before that next cold snap hits.
This 6-step plan is really your best defense. Let's walk through it. First up, you gotta find your panel spec sheet to get its rated VOC and that temperature coefficient we talked about. Next, do the math. Calculate the maximum voltage for the absolute coldest temperature you expect to see in your area. Then, multiply that number by how many panels you have wired in series. Step 4, and this is the most important part, compare that final number to your charge controller's max voltage rating. After that, step 5 is to do a physical check of your wiring and fuses. Look for cracks or damage from the cold. And finally, step 6, on a really cold morning, go out and monitor your system's voltage and see what it's actually doing.
So let's say you run the numbers and you find out your system actually is at risk. What do you do if your calculated maximum voltage is higher than what your controller can safely handle?
Well, the good news is you've got options. The easiest fix is just to reduce the number of panels you have in that series string. Or you could rewire your array, putting some panels in parallel instead. That keeps the voltage the same but adds up the current. Your third option is to just upgrade to a new charge controller that can handle a higher voltage, giving your system the safety margin it needs. So really, this isn't about being afraid of your solar panels in the winter. It's just about understanding the physics at play and making sure you're prepared for the actual conditions your system is going to face.
And this right here really says it all. The cold doesn't create a totally new risk, it just amplifies the risks that are already there. Being proactive and checking your system is the only way to make sure you're not the one caught off guard when that first deep freeze hits.
So I guess the final question I want to leave you with is this. Is your system really ready? Don't just assume it's fine because it worked perfectly all summer. Do the math, check your gear, and make sure you're actually prepared for the coldest day of the year.
And one last thing, and this is super important. Working with electricity is dangerous stuff. If you're not 100% comfortable and knowledgeable about what you're doing, please call a qualified professional to help you out. This is all for educational purposes. Stay safe out there.